Hi, my name's Anne Parkinson and I run Unity Physiotherapy and Wellbeing. I thought I'd share a summary of my work. I think when you see job titles and little bits of information, it's not always clear what people do, who they work with. My job title is Pain and Fatigue Specialist Physiotherapist and Integrative Somatic Practitioner. Now that is a mouthful, isn't it? I mean, what does that even mean? Who do I work with? What does my work look like? I thought I'd share a little bit. So I originally specialised in neurology and persistent pain within physiotherapy, and I worked in both of those areas for many, many years until I stopped doing the neuro side of my work in 2021 and transferred that to working with people with ME/CFS, long COVID and POTS. And this really came from my own experience of living with ME/CFS and POTS, but also from the special interest I'd developed in fatigue over the years, especially from working with people with post-stroke fatigue and fibromyalgia. I also work with people with functional neurological disorders still from the neuro side of my work, and that's because there's lots of crossovers between FND, ME/CFS, long COVID, POTS and things like fibromyalgia, especially from an autonomic nervous system dysfunction point of view. So as I said, I also work within persistent pain. This is a specialist area. I've worked in this area for many, many years. I wrote a blog on what a pain specialist physiotherapist is, so if that's of interest, you can check it out on the Unity Physiotherapy and Wellbeing website. This also actually came from my own experience of living with pain many years ago, and also knowing that there was more to it than we were taught at uni. And I have over the years, and still do, study everything it is to be human, because that really is important, because that's essentially what we are, a whole human being. So I work with people with any condition associated with persistent pain. There are many, many conditions, and it includes fibromyalgia. So that's the physiotherapy side of my work, who I work with. And it is and isn't distinct to the integrative somatic practitioner side of my work. It isn't in the fact that I blend the integrative somatic practitioner side of my work, lots of different knowledge and skills and practices and strategies into physiotherapy in a way that meets that person's individual needs, in a way that's bespoke to them. And they have a choice what they engage with and what they want to explore. That's really important. That's part of being trauma informed. So in my physiotherapy work, I'm working in two capacities, my physiotherapy capacity and the integrative somatic practitioner capacity. But the reason this integrative somatic practitioner work is distinct is because people can work with me that don't need to see me in my physio capacity. So say someone had chronic stress or anxiety or history of trauma, then that would be purely the integrative somatic practitioner side of my work. So what is this? Well, it is a blend of many different things that is tailored to each individual. It's bespoke to them. And again, people choose what they want to engage with, what they explore. And it came really initially from training as a life coach and NLP practitioner, and then over the years I layered different things into this, blended things together, including yoga teacher training, meditation teacher training, compassion focused therapy, compassionate mind training, acceptance commitment therapy training, integrative somatic trauma therapy certificate and other trauma studies, lots of somatic and embodiment training. And I created my own wellness coaching model. And that's what I called this side of my work for a while, until I went, hang on, coaching's not the foundation, coaching's not the heart of this, somatics and embodiment is. So yes, coaching is part of it, but it's not kind of at the heart of it. And that really is, as I say, somatics and embodiment. Somatics and embodiment are two buzzwords and they're not always really understood, but somatics means body because it comes from soma, that means body, and there's lots of different types of somatic work. So things like yoga is a somatic practice, massage comes into somatic, different body work things, as does somatic psychotherapy, and other things do too. And then embodiment means being in the body, but not only that, the way that we're being in the body, the way that we are being fully present. And these two things go hand in hand to me, because you can do a somatic practice like yoga and not be fully embodied, not be fully present. You can be a bit checked out, lost in thought. And the way that we're embodied really matters. So this is what's at the heart of what I do, is connecting people, reconnecting people to their bodies in a way that builds compassion and trust and a sense of safety inside. And in doing that, it empowers people in so many ways, including with different choices and possibilities, People build more awareness, and they're able to be compassionately present for themselves and for others. And that's at the heart of any of my work, whether that's physiotherapy or integrative somatic practitioner work, reconnecting people to their bodies in a way that builds compassion, trust, and a sense of safety. And then this gets extended out to the world and to others. And it's really important, I think, to mention that I have my own solid personal practice, a daily practice that I've had for many, many years. Different practices, I don't practice the same thing, but doing our own inner work is important for us all, but more so if we're working in any sort of therapy profession. But I've practiced yoga and meditation for many, many years, and different somatic embodiment practices. And I blend different practices together for me. And this is what I do in my work for people, and also they then start to do. Over time, they build different practices, strategies, resources, like a pool of resources to draw upon. And over time, they develop more and more. And when they're not working with me, they continue developing more and blending them together in their own way. And that's part of my work, really, is helping people explore different practices, strategies, resources. I also run workshops. You can check them out on the Unity Physiotherapy and Wellbeing website. There is a 4-week nervous system regulation course starting on the 7th of September. That is on the Listening to Our Inner Wisdom workshop page. One thing I haven't said is that my work is fully trauma informed, which is really important to me. This is not something that is a tick box exercise, and it's often getting used as this because it's another buzzword. It's something that we embody. It's a way of being. It's like compassion. And being trauma informed means we need to understand the principles of being trauma informed, which includes choice and trustworthiness, trust, collaboration. There are others. Also understanding the different types of trauma, or there are many different types of trauma, and some of the impacts of this, and how we use that depends on our profession. So all of my work's fully trauma informed. Really at the heart of it is aiming to reconnect people to their whole self, to their body, in a compassionate way, in a way that builds trust and safety inside, that empowers them, that gives more possibilities and choices, and helps people develop a pool of resources that helps them navigate the challenging and tricky times, and also to savour the wonderful times, and also supports with healing. So that's kind of a summary of my work. I offer a free 15-minute call for any of my work, so people get to meet me, can see whether they feel that working with me will be right for them. I get to understand a little about what they're hoping for, and then there's no obligation to book an appointment after that. So if you want to find out more information, you can get in touch with any questions. You can check out information on the Unity Physiotherapy and Wellbeing website, which is www.unityphysio.co.uk. I have a YouTube channel. You can also follow me on social media. So I post most on Instagram and Facebook. So you can find the page, it's Unity Physiotherapy and Wellbeing. I think they're linked on my website. I don't think the YouTube channel is, but if you can't find it, let me know and I will send a link. So hopefully it's been helpful. Do let me know any questions, and take care.